Imagine yourself standing on the brink of something amazing. Maybe it's a dream you've nurtured for years, or a goal you've always kept at the back of your mind. This vision excites you, but there's also a part of you that feels overwhelmed, unsure, questioning whether you can actually make it happen. In a world filled with constant noise, endless streams of updates, comparisons, and opinions, it can be tempting to share every small step forward, to look for validation with each bit of progress. But what if I told you that the path to real, lasting success isn't in showing every step, but in working quietly, deeply, and relentlessly? What if true success is built not in the applause of others, but in the silence of your own commitment? This isn't about hiding your dreams. It's about preserving them, nurturing them, and giving them room to grow in a way that's authentic to you. When we look at people who've achieved incredible things, we often see the outcomes, the books they've published, the companies they've built, the records they've set. But what we don't see is the solitude, the struggles, the moments of doubt they faced in private. There's a reason that some of the most groundbreaking work happens away from the spotlight. It's because, in the quiet, distractions fade and focus deepens. It's here that growth happens. And when you return to the world with the fruits of that labor, they speak louder than any social media post or public update ever could. The process isn't easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest paths you can choose. Working in silence requires a rare kind of strength, the strength to trust yourself, to keep going even when there's no one cheering you on, to believe in the worth of what you're doing simply because it's meaningful to you. This approach is often uncomfortable. Silence, after all, forces us to confront not just our dreams, but our doubts, our insecurities, and the fears we usually bury beneath distractions. But it's only by facing these head-on that we develop the resilience to see our goals through. Think of someone like J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter while grappling with personal challenges, without fanfare, without the world knowing what she was creating. Or Steve Jobs, who returned to Apple after years of silence, having spent that time refining his vision and reinventing his approach. They didn't work in silence because they lacked confidence. They did it because they understood that greatness is often crafted in the spaces that aren't visible to others. They weren't looking for applause along the way. They were preparing to shock the world with something undeniable. Working in silence isn't about cutting yourself off entirely. It's about dedicating yourself so fully to your craft that the need for external validation fades away. It's about finding power in solitude and using it to become the best version of yourself. While it's natural to want to share every milestone, doing so can dilute the energy you could be using to go even further, to refine even more, to deepen your expertise and reach new heights. This journey isn't without its challenges. There will be moments when you wonder if all your hard work will ever pay off. It's easy to feel left behind when you see others constantly sharing their achievements. In those times, remember that comparison is a thief that drains not only your energy, but your unique vision. Just because someone else's journey looks glamorous doesn't mean they haven't struggled in silence. 2. Every step you're taking, even if no one sees it, is building a foundation for a future that's real, resilient, and rooted in authenticity. So, how can you walk this path? Start by setting a vision that's clear and personal. Know what you're working toward and why it matters to you. Then, embrace the power of focus. Remove distractions. Limit your time on social media. And dedicate those moments to honing your craft. Celebrate the small wins quietly and let them be fuel, not just proof for others. Every accomplishment, no matter how small, brings you closer to a bigger transformation. And finally, build resilience. Remind yourself that this journey isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about fulfilling the promise you've made to yourself. The work you're doing isn't for the approval of others. It's for the person you're becoming. In the end, when you do step into the light with the fruits of your labor, it won't just be a success. It'll be a revelation, proof of what can happen when you invest everything, not in being seen, but in becoming the best version of yourself. So, hold on to that vision. Work for it in silence. And when the time is right, let your success do the talking. The journey is yours. And every step, every moment of quiet dedication is bringing you closer to a triumph that will speak volumes.